Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nascar Kellogg's Truck Series. Coming off of a grinding out race, sort of bull-ring Saturday afternoon race at Martinsville, where Tommy Chong won and AJ Jones chopped down the points lead. We head to the last three races of the year. Four drivers could theoretically take the points lead heading into North Wilkesboro. And yeah, this is the What's My Name 250. Ringo Starr has a new album coming out really soon. And there you go. He's gonna sponsor the lowest of the three series here at Daytona, let's go away. Yes, Daytona, USA, the Daytona International Speedway, the world center of stock car racing. This is where we're at. A beautiful late October afternoon. In fact, the weather, 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Clear, partly cloudy maybe, and the wind currently south at only a solitary mile an hour. Before we can get any farther, we gotta go through the starting lineup with first-time pole sitter Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's gonna be starting alongside Maurice White, now two of the faster trucks, Eddie Money and Mitch Hedberg. Hedberg's been looking pretty fast at it. Wouldn't be surprised to see that truck win. Now, Lemmy Cooper, he's going to line up here in the 50 in position number 5 alongside Red Fox, and Weird Al Yankovic is inside Alex Biniaco. I'm pretty sure this is at least his third top 10 start of the year, despite only being his 5th start. In his previous 4 starts, he won the pole twice. And rounding out the 5th row are Simon Cowell and Billy Preston. I'll take it to you, Alex King. Thanks, WesternCaves. Now, Frank Sinatra, he's going to line up here in the 6th row, and he is craving that second career win. He's starting to the outside of Tom Clancy. There's Dwayne Johnson and Tommy Chong. Taylor Goldsmith, he's also here, along with Brandon Morris. We reported he'd be stepping away from the series next year. However, Rush Fender, they are trying to get him back. So let's see. One driver potentially stepping into this car next season if Morris doesn't return, Alex Biniaco. Then Nick Cage and Wayne Brady in the 9th row, and in 10th row, part-time driver Jack Halleck alongside last week's pole sitter Steve Carell. Both the Hulk Sport Racing trucks in row 11 as Lionel Richie starts to the outside of Daniel Bruhl. Then James Young starts to the inside of points leader Pete Townsend. Michael Jackson and Hilda in the 13th row, then Andre the Giant and Benedict Cumberbatch. Rounding out row 15 are Gilbert Gottfried and Jacob Rose. Miranda Cosgrove starts to the inside of Rose's teammate, Buddy Lazier. Then Meatloaf is going to start next to Peter Onjak, who's just had terrible luck in qualifications. It has been announced, however, earlier this week, he'll be running part-time next year in the NASCAR Burners Cup Series. Horace Racing expanding their schedule from just the super speedways. They will be fielding Peter Onjak in the Northern Tool and Equipment sponsored number 77. Then there's AJ Jones, the big championship hopeful. He's lining up next to Solid Snake. And finally, Martin Freeman, one of 4 drivers within reach of the points lead, will start next to Mark Watney, who starts shotgun on the field. Thanks, Alex. We'll be coming back to Alex King later in this race for reports. But right now, 38 trucks are going to roll off of pit road and make the slow 2.5 mile pace lap. Well, honestly, maybe it's more like 2 miles of pacing. So you can see they unevenly and naturally come onto the race surface. Trucks, all 38, getting their glimpse. This is not the record field. I believe there's been as many as 40 trucks. I believe 5 times that has happened, and including at Las Vegas a couple of times, mainly in the late 90s. For the most part, fields are capped at 36 trucks, then in more recent years, 32 trucks. There wasn't any races last year, but with a lot of time to prepare, we have gotten some big fields once again this year. Down the Daytona super stretch, down the big grandstand, always jam-packed for races here at Daytona. The What's My Name 250 about to get underway, and a beautiful afternoon. I can't stress it enough how beautiful this afternoon is. We're in for a great race. There's the pace truck. This weekend it is going to be our pace truck driver. Believe it or not. I know you can't believe it, but that's former Melling Series driver Brandon Jones driving the pace truck. Meanwhile, Lin-Manuel Miranda and Maurice White bring us to the green flag. The What's My Name 250 underway. As they head out of the tri-oval, who's going to be the first to make it 3 wide? Billy Preston and Alex Biniaco both were trying to look, but they stayed 2 abreast towards the front. As we pan towards the back, Michael Jackson, the first one to make it 3 wide, jumping underneath the 00 and the 21. Meanwhile, a slight lead for Lin-Manuel Miranda as Billy Preston trying to get a low line, a third lane going. And she does. That leaves, at the moment, Tom Clancy in a sort of sucker hole, unless he can fit his way back in the line, which he does. Lin-Manuel Miranda will lead the first lap at Daytona here in the trucks. The truck series last at Daytona, believe it or not, February of 2017. It's been a long while. That's, I believe, 20 months that trucks have not graced this facility's surfaces. So you can see Maurice White is getting a bit of the run on the high side. The low side is going to be the line you want to be, but the high side isn't exactly a conveyor belt to the past. Not the way it was at Rockingham, at least. Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to lead the first 2 laps, to be exact, before any real challenges for the lead come. Lemmy Koopa may already making it 3 wide. He's trying to go for second on Mitch Hedberg, but he doesn't have any help through 1 and 2 and thus has to wait. Meanwhile, Mitch Hedberg going for the lead will block Lemmy Koopa down low as he goes into turn 3. He gets a fender alongside the 41. Truck number 46 going for his 3rd win of the season. It's really early, but at the very least, he's gonna get that lap lead and the 5 bonus points that go along with it. You can see Alex Biniaco in 4th in line on the bottom there. Already, Mitch Hedberg back out in front. He just ran his fastest lap of the race. It's only 10th on the leaderboards. The fastest truck on the track right now is that number 17, who's getting the big aero suction event coming off the rear bumper of the 50. Now, Lemmy Kuba, he's running towards the lead. Both his teammates have won this year. He wants to do it, but he's not even going to lead this lap. If Tom Clancy has anything to say about it, truck 17 to the front and will lead the 4th lap in the proceedings. Now Alex Biniaco jumping down low. Biniaco is going to get out in front. Can he lead this lap? It remains to see. Tommy Chong has had a consistently fast truck all year and is looking to lead. He'd like to walk out of Daytona this afternoon with his 4th win of the season. Billy Preston also in the middle, 3 wide. There's Brandon Morris in the K&N Filters number 6. K&N leaving at the end of the year, but Scott's Turf Builder has announced they will be on that truck next year. 3 abreast on the line for second. I think it was Chong over not much. Oh, very close. As you could see. It's now Michael Jackson. He's actually broken in the top 10 as he's going to flash down inside the 29 of Wayne Brady. No, not quite. Meanwhile, as you have seen it, there's your points battle. AJ Jones has gotten by Pete Townsend. And that is 8 trucks. He is 8 trucks ahead of Townsend in that line. That's exactly what he needs to do, considering there's a bunch of other trucks down there in that line. That's 13 trucks. It's over half of what he needs to do. Alex Biniaco led that time by, but now it's Brandon Morris to the lead as one Pennsylvania native takes away from another. Lionel Richie, he's trying to go underneath AJ Jones. AJ Jones, he's got a plan on how to handle this race. He wants to be on the inside, thus he can duck onto the apron should these guys start making contact here at the front. Brandon Morris, he's going to stick out his nose and lead as there are 3 wide, a few rows deep right here. Brandon Morris is... Beniaco's trying to fight back on the outside. No, Morris is going to go up to try and side draft. This could allow Wayne Brady to make it 3 wide for the race lead. Brady has got that idea in his head. He's trying to get to the inside of the 6. It's not going to work. Morris is able to block the bottom 2 lanes. Now he's going to fade up the track. This could be just enough to allow Wayne Brady to get to the lead. It's going to be a drag race down the line. Alex Biniaco had it by the slimmest of margins, 5 1,000ths of a second. Imagine if that was the finish of the race. Especially with a 17th position difference. If that was the end of the race, the points lead would be down to 20. As now Wayne Brady and Alex Biniaco going to lead, but here comes Michael Jackson as he will take the lead coming off of turn number 4. But Nicolas Cage, he wants to be out in front. Ah, not the bees! As Michael Jackson leads here. 3 wide, several rows deep. 4, 5 rows. It is a very much... And both of the 6 and the 8, all the championship contenders except for AJ Jones riding out in the back. This could spell danger unless these guys keep it clean and green. And Jones obviously can stay towards the front. But Jones exactly in the position he wants to be in the line as Nicolas Cage now moves out to the front. Third of the way through this race already. Miranda Cosgrove gonna try and take the lead. AJ Jones, you can see he is running around mid-pack. Fortunately for him, points-wise, Pete Townsend trying to close that gap, and he's slowly moving up. Jones getting help from Peter Onjak, an unlikely partnership if there ever was one, and now his teammate Meatloaf going for the lead. Meatloaf, the only one of the Spanish racing drivers not to win this year. Speaking of which, AJ Jones, Spanish, they're rumored to move up to the Melling Series next year. However, it remains to be seen what AJ Jones wishes to do with his career. Going down the backstretch, you see Tommy Chong making moves. Nicolas Cage remains out in front this time by. Miranda Cosgrove might get a run up top and lead a lap, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Oh, they're nearly four wide towards the front. A very hairy Gary situation. We'd like to send it down to our analyst Alex King in a few laps. In fact, Alex, do you have anything you'd like to say right now? Yeah, the standing here in the 06 crew of Benedict Cumberbatch. Never mind that, we've got a caution right now. Big crash. Huge crash. Tom Clancy involved. Lemmy Koopa. Billy Preston. Oh, Mark Watney spinning. Oh, Jack Halleck takes some major damage. Red Fox involved. Lemmy Koopa hit insult to injury.
That was Dad saying lower your volume.
I know. We apologize for the rude interruptions that people are making during this live telecast of a very important NASCAR broadcast. But some people just do not have feelings. Anyway. We would like to take it. Pit stop's gonna probably come just about at halfway. It'll be interesting to see if they will be able to make it to the end. I imagine they should, considering they'll have 3 laps under caution. So they should have the exact same amount of green flag laps for each run. Nick Cage What is this? Looks like a big strategy play by some drivers. Nicolas Cage, Alex Miniaco, and Peter Onjak among those. So you can see a lot of gas only. Guess people are not really thinking tire wear is. No, I'm dumb. You can see Miranda Cosgrove leading the race off pit road. There's AJ Jones. Farther back still is Pete Townsend. But staying out, Nicolas Cage, Alex Miniaco, Peter Onjak, James Young, Maurice White, Eddie Money, Dwayne Johnson, and Billy Preston. Now, let's take you through what happened to bring out this caution. And of course, it would be a 4-wide situation. So you can see, looks like Billy Preston and Tom Clancy squeezed each other. See Lemmy Koopa, Mark Watney, Mitch Hedberg, Jack Halleck, Steve Carell, Hilda, Dwayne Johnson, Frank Sinatra, Weird Al, Billy Preston, Watney, Red Fox, Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm probably repeating myself there. See more drivers pitting. Eddie Money might have stayed out, I believe, pitting this time by. Mark Watney remains on pit road. Tom Clancy is out. Meanwhile, your full incident report at the moment out of the race. Red Fox will retire from this race due to his accident and will finish in the last position. Lemmy Koopa listed in 34th, Mitch Hedberg in 35th. And they will drop behind Mark Watney and Jack Halleck unless one or both of those also retire from the race. Tom Clancy very badly damaged at the moment. In fact, Mark Watney, after getting towed back, is going to take it behind the wall. That could easily be the issue with the 53. Who is confirmed out of this race. Only 33 trucks running. And only 32 that even look the part of competitiveness. 31, I guess. Hilda's got the hood off the truck. In an interesting turn of events for that 18 crew. There's Tom Clancy. He's going to pull it down the apron one more time. We'd like to take you on board Eddie Money's onboard camera for this accident. You can see just nowhere, some people have just nowhere to go, but he's pretty good at being able to get on the brakes. As you can see, he doesn't hit anybody. And he accelerates away, and you see, there's Mark Watney. See, that's where a lot of trucks have problems, and that's actually, even though he had the pit, that is really good wreck avoidance. Pace truck lights are off. Tom Clancy potentially just topping off. Could this be a race-winning strategy? I really hope it just doesn't become a field mileage race. Oh, there's AJ Jones. I got scared for a second. Your top 10 at the moment: Nicolas Cage, Alex Biniaco, Peter Onjak, James Young, Maurice White, Dwayne Johnson, I believe Billy Preston, who have not pitted. Then Miranda Cosgrove, Solid Snake, and Buddy Lazier have pitted. Brandon Morris and AJ Jones in your top 12. That's your top 5 who haven't pitted. AJ Jones right now running 13 spots ahead of Pete Townsend. That'd be good enough for 39 points. That would cut down the championship lead to 32, I believe. Pace truck dives down pit road. We will have 13 laps to go wet at Daytona, USA. Nicolas Cage brings us back to green. Back to funk. Peter Onjak already going for the race lead. Several drivers trying to form that bottom lane. AJ Jones, one of them. It was a good move for the 9. Eddie Money trying to catch up. Weird Al Hilda, Tom Clancy could be the slow trucks, or Eddie Money was actually probably towards the back, just trying to latch onto the draft. And it's probably what Frank Sinatra is doing back here besides being slow. Probably as several trucks decide to pit. Alex Biniaco, Peter Onjak, and others hit the apron. Questionable decisions by the pit crew. Maurice White, Nicolas Cage, also. 26 cars in this main pack, and we believe 3 of them still have to pit. Pete Townsend looks like he could be passing AJ Jones by the end of this lap, and oh, this is not good if these drivers still have to come down pit road. What were they even thinking staying out then? All the championship contenders are right here. Now, then again, it's not really their fault. It's their pit crew and crew chief's fault. Drivers aren't really asked to make us. I think Dwayne Johnson's out of fuel. He's out. Dwayne Johnson is run out of gas. Oh! And he's blocking. These are competitive trucks that have just been hurt. Pete Townsend's in this front pack, though. And so is AJ Jones. Is Dwayne Johnson even going to make it back to pit road? Oh, caution might come out here shortly. James Young also doing a similar thing. Almost blunts whatever run AJ Jones have. Dwayne Johnson, very slow, makes it on the pit road onto the grass. So there's 10 laps to go, coming to 9. Seeing about how far some of these drivers can make it on their fuel cycles. They're coming up on other lap traffic. James Young, slow. The lap truck of Maurice White are about to be lap truck. Gilbert Gottfried. Maurice White going high. So allow all the drive slow to get by. This will help AJ Jones and hurt Pete Townsend a little bit. But here comes the slow truck of Nicolas Cage. 1 truck, 2 truck behind him. Black and orange, not quite red truck by. And here comes the black and blue truck by. 8 to go. Onjak and Biniaco, the next roadblocks for a second. But they're together. They're working together. They're also only 5 or so seconds up the road. AJ Jones going for the race lead, and this is huge for the points battle. This will net him those 5 bonus points for leading. But now he's got possibly the best position or the worst position coming up on the lap trucks. He's going to be in the best position to react, but that also might be the worst position. Meanwhile, Buddy Lazier, he's going to force Jones high. Could be in not the preferred line, especially since said trucks are right there. No, Jones with the run. Brandon Morris saving his hide. He just wants the race to end now. 18th, I don't think is quite enough for the points lead yet. There goes AJ Jones, snaking his way by on Jack and Beniaco. Possible those 3 along with Brandon Morris probably in agreement to try and do everything they can not to hurt AJ Jones. Buddy Lazier, he's got to watch out for himself. He's a Indy 500 driver winner, and he'll do whatever it takes. Pete Townsend might just have gotten into a great position. Now there's 5 laps to go. If a caution comes out, now they would pretty much be racing back to the line. Is there another? Billy Preston is up the road and is 4 seconds off pace. It's already a lap off of it. AJ Jones all of a sudden clear by almost a whole track length back to the lead. He's going for the 5 extra bonus points for leading the most laps. Big implications. Pete Townsend, your points leader, crashes as they come back to the yellow. Oh, this is huge for the points. AJ Jones needs to hang on, and he will have won this race. Clutch and coast. Oh, and if they hadn't waved the caution, and oh my. AJ Jones, I believe, has just won this race. That was your amount there, I believe. So now we wait. First, we will see what happened to the 21. Your points leader, a wreck at the worst time. And Daniel Brule forced it pretty much 4 wide, including another. He got hooked. Right there. That is Benedict Cumberbatch, I believe, who is 4th in points. And right there. Cage might actually get penalized. I think he might have missed there. Jones is staying out. That's a good sign. Cumberbatch is coming down pit road. Townsend took some of the worst licks, but he's not pitting. Oh, but the problem is that's going to give Townsend an extra position. I'll put him up to 17th. And let's say AJ Jones, if he gets 185 points, how much? Well, we know 22nd is 97, so 21st, also plus 15 onto 97. I'm trying to work out some quick math here. 15 from 97. 15. That'd be 112 on 185. That'd be a difference of 73 points. It depends if A.J. Jones wins, if they remain, if this is how they finish, this order. If it's enough to get A.J. Jones the most laps led, then A.J. Jones has just won the race and taken over the points lead with 2 races remaining. This is, I am going to say it, this would be absolutely monumental, considering just 2 races ago, Pete Townsend had an entire race on the field. And of course, because of that, that means if you have the points lead going into 2 races to go, it means theoretically you could clinch next week due to how the points work out. However, it would take pretty much a large sum. We might have had, yes, Benedict Cumberbatch did retire from the race. And of course, it would pace truck lights, like I do, remain. So that means this race is ending under yellow. A.J. Jones just has to stay out on the track 2 laps for 5 miles, and he is right in position to win this championship. Oh, this would be a comeback for the ages. Pete Townsend with a comfortable lead for most of the season. But A.J. Jones would pick up his third career win and 3rd win of the season. I'd be tied for most. And a crash at an inopportune time. The only thing completely saving Pete Townsend is the fact that the lead pack was as small as it was. But I cannot confirm for sure. We will get a report after the race. And we would like you to check all official scoring. But we believe A.J. Jones has taken over the points lead. Anyway, in that case, we should start to go through the rest of... Some drivers are in gear 2, interestingly enough. Talk about the rest of the field. Good run for Buddy Lazier, comes up just short of his 2nd career win. He's won at Indy. That's the big 2.5 miler. That's the crown jewel of American open wheel racing, but he hasn't won at Daytona, the crown jewel of stock car racing. Miranda Cosgrove gonna come home in the 3rd position. Pole sitter Lin-Manuel Miranda. He had a pretty good run considering it was a plate race. Showed he had pace. He finished 4th. Taylor Goldsmith is gonna manage a top 5. Steve Carell is gonna be 6th. Eddie Money will run 7th. Brandon Morris, 8th place finish. He might even climb up into the top 10, and if he does that, he might not even be returning to the 6th. He might not be returning to the trucks at all. He might be going into Melling. So Morris and Rush Fender Racing get that contract worked out. Maurice White started on the front row. No. Gilbert Gottfried who's won a race this season, but 36th in points, last of all the full-timers. Will show he can put some good runs together. He gets a 9th. Solid Snake's going to manage 10th. I don't think he's led a lap all season. Wayne Brady's going to finish, come home 11th. Lionel Richie will be 10th. Michael Jackson 13th. Martin Freeman 14th. Heel gain on Pete Townsend. Daniel Brühl 15th. Frank Sinatra 16th. Pete Townsend will come home 17th. Meatloaf 18th. Jacob Rose 19th. Tommy Chong 20th. Andre the Giant 21st. Simon Cowell 22nd. Tom Clancy 23rd. Hilda comes home 24th. Weird Al 25th. That will be your top 25. All your lead lap cars. AJ Jones will win the What's My Name 250. It's his 3rd career win. And he is also unofficially your points leader. I think he's your points leader. I think he at least tied, was it Alec? It might not have even been Alec. I might just be crazy. But there are your results. Your official standings. Alex Miniaco, Peter Onjak will be 26-27th. There's the rest. Maurice White, Nick Cage, James Young in your top 30. Billy Preston and Dwayne Johnson 31st, 32nd. Out of the race. Benedict Cumberbatch, Lemmy Cooper, Mitch Hedberg, Jack Halleck, Mark Watney, and Red Fox, all victims of accidents. Ignore the stuff there. That does not, that does not concern you. Concern. Major congratulations to AJ Jones, who is going to be within only a couple of points of the points lead, if not taking it. And also as important, he's won. And even if Spanish won't get something worked out, freaking I bet you Logan Cloud Motorsports will throw him into a third. What is the pace truck doing? AJ Jones, a poor qualifying effort and gets rid. Peter Onjak, a lap down due to bad strategy in the truck that won earlier this year. Yes, that's safe. And we'll see you guys next time. Tomorrow will be Cup race at Sebring. I don't think it's going to be happening next year, but we thought we just thought we'd celebrate Sebring. And what happened? Frank Sinatra ran out of gas. Stupidity happens here at the end of the race due to Frank Sinatra running out of fuel. We'll see you next time.